under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Welcome, Brainiacs. I am Dan Merritt, the Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics. Each week we bring you the Final Order Report, a hand-picked, it's around here somewhere, a hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels that are about to go to print. These titles will be hitting our shelves in as soon as 4 weeks. We're here to give you the inside scoop and one last opportunity to subscribe or special order before a brand new final order cutoff for us at Monday at noon, July 8th. That's right, Monday, July 8th at noon, 12 p.m. is the new final order cutoff. That's when the items come down off of Comichub and you're no longer able to choose them of your own accord. We can help you with that too. Speaking of Comichub, check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or sync your existing one to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. I'll be using Comichub today to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. Let's hit that browser real quick. Oh yeah, there's the final order cutoff deadline reminder. Once you get signed into Comichub, you'll see the appropriate banners here. Aside items, that's everything that you have in the store waiting for you to pay for and pick up. Behind the green banners, shop coming soon. That's everything we will be looking at today. And boy, we got a lot of things to show you today. Let's see. The top carousel, once you sign in, you'll see all the results for current searches. Below that is preview pages, PDF previews of upcoming things, some of which we will be looking at today. Then there's the carousel for Last Call. That's what we will be using today. Below that are next Wednesday's items. That's everything hitting the shelves on Wednesday, July 10th. Yeah, that's it. Below that are all of the carousels for the crossover events and storylines. Scroll back up to the top here, and the first thing that we will be looking at today we're gonna all right, I said one take. We're gonna be showing you the younger reader comics and graphic novels. First thing we're gonna show you today is Archie 1,000-page comic spectacular, over 100 different stories with a cover by Dan Parent. Avatar Last Airbender hardcover library edition. This is volume 8, Team Avatar, written by Faith Aaron Hicks with art by Adele Matera and Peter Wortman. Then we got our art book, The Art of Cuphead, the delicious last course from Dark Horse Comics. They make some very fine art books, and we got this beautiful one for Cuphead to look forward to that will be available on October 23rd. Get your orders in by this Monday at noon. Then we got Ultra Laser from Fair Square Comics. This is written by Pauline Giroux with art by Maxence Henri, available on July 31st. Then we got a big one, folks. Here we have it. It's the Jimmy's Elbow, the brand new graphic novel from James Kochalka. This is a 168-page graphic novel for $14.99, full color hardcover. Beautiful production from IDW top shelf publishing, and of course the finest cartooning from our pal James Kochalka. He was very excited about this upcoming book when we saw him at A2CAF last month, and we're excited to put this on order. His art is always vibrant and beautiful and friendly and energetic. It's Jimmy's Elbow from James Kochalka. IDW Top Shelf will be available on August 14th. Get your orders in by this Monday at noon. And we got a softcover and hardcover of The New Adventures of Turning Red from Paper Cuts. And Yags from our pal Art Baltazar. Pardon me. This is 112 pages from Paper Cuts for $9.99. Hardcover for $14.99. Then we got We Are Big Time. This is a brand new graphic novel from Random House by Hina Kang and Safia Zaragua. Yeah. We Are Big Time. Cheer courtside for Muslim teams as she joins an all-girls hijab-wearing basketball team and learns that there's much more than a score. That's right. We Are Big Time will be available on August 7th from Random House. Also available in hardcover for $21.99. And that wraps up our spotlight on kid stuff. And we can look at manga, but it's mostly new stuff from ACK Comics, Pacific Rim publisher, featuring very cool fables and legends of, starting out with Dasha Avatar, the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Then we got Hanuman, epitome of devotion and courage. The tales of Shiva, the mighty lord of Kailasa, and the tales of Vishnu, the gentle god. Then we got Valmika's Ramayana, the great Indian epic. And to cap it all off, from ACK Comics, we got Tinkle Gold Volume 2. That's right. Amar Shitra Katha Studios brings you Tinkle Gold Volume 2 on August 28th. That wraps up our spotlight on manga. Let's look real quick at original graphic novels. First thing to show you today is, there it is. Oh, didn't work. Let's do this. There it is. Bela Lugosi, The Man Behind the Cape. This is a art and reference book from Clover Press LLC, 768 pages for $175. A beautiful piece of history from Robert Kremer and Clover Press. Naked City, a new graphic novel from Eric Drucker, the author of Flood, who also did some amazing graphic novels adapting classic historical poetry. This new graphic novel is the long-awaited graphic comedy from the esteemed illustrator and storyteller. Three bohemians struggle to answer the question, is it possible for an artist to survive in the 21st century? Naked City, a graphic novel from Dark Horse Comics, 336 pages for $29.99. Plants vs. Zombies, probably should have been in kid stuff. The Native Trees of Canada. I believe this is more of an art book inspired by the government textbook. And this is back in print in with a gorgeous new cover from Drawn and Quarterly and Leanne Sharpton. Over at Fantagraphics, we get Delights, a story of Hieronymus Bosch from Guy Colwell. 168 pages for $29.99. Then this is Ground Zero. Ground Zero Comics continues the tradition of successful activist comics of the 70s and 80s. Very cool looking cover by Pat Moriarty. Iris, a novel for viewers by Lo Hartog Van Banda and T. Chong King from Fantagraphics. 160 pages for $24.99. And we also get Mothballs from Soleil Otero, and a 90th anniversary collection of Walt Disney's Donald Duck. This is a hardcover celebrating the 90 years of Donald Duck, featuring classic comics from way back in 1934 from Carl Barks, Don Rosa, all kinds of great stuff all throughout Donald Duck's comic history. From Silver Sprockets, we get a couple things here. We got Night Never Ends from cartoonist Steve Tucson. And then we get the new Pee Pee Poo Poo one-shot. This is number 1 with a Daniel Clowes tribute cover from Carolyn Cash. 32 pages, 32 oversized pages for $9.99, and very high production value from our pals over at Silver Sprocket. That does it for our spotlight on original graphic novels. Now let's take a quick look at trade paperbacks. First up in trade paperbacks is Rare Flavors. This collects that recent mini-series from Ram V and Felipe Andrade. 160 pages for $16.99, available on August 14th. Blacking Out, this is a reprint of some older material from now publisher of Distillery Comics, Chip Mosier, who wrote this book, with art by Peter Krause. Hellboy and the BPRD, graphic novel volume 1, 1952 to 1954, featuring this beautiful Mike Mignola cover, art from Alex Maleev, Paulo Rivera, Brian Chirilla, Stephen Green, Ben Stenbeck, and many more. 440 pages for $30. Oh my gosh, that's great. Get an original, brand new horror story as a self-contained original graphic novel from Steve Niles and artist Peter Kowalski. Space Western comics, Cowboys versus Aliens, Commies, Dinosaurs, and Nazis. This is a classic reprint of Wild Wild West comics from Dark Horse, featuring a cover by John Belfi. Star Wars Vader's Castle. This is a deluxe library collection, 424 pages for $50. As is this Lonesome Hunters graphic novel, collecting all the stories in this oversized deluxe library edition. Over at DC Comics, we get Batman, the Grant Morrison graphic novel, volume 1. This collects from the beginning of Grant Morrison's classic run on the Batman series with an Andy Kubert cover and beautiful interiors from Doug Mahnke, through 448 pages for $39.99. And then we got a Batman Incorporated collection. This is the Ed Brisson material that came out a few months ago. All 12 issues in a full graphic novel. And then we get the Jay Garrick miniseries collected in a single volume. Over at IDW, let's get this. We get a David Mazzucchelli's Batman Year One Artist Edition. This is reprinted at the scale of the original art pages from artist David Mazzucchelli and is published by IDW Publishing. This collects all 4 issues of Batman Year One with the original art. This Heretic hardcover is Sherlock Holmes Meets the Name of the Rose, in an original graphic novel by comics laureate Charlie Adlard and Robbie Morrison. Star Wars Thrawn collects that recent miniseries, and that wraps up our spotlight on trade paperbacks. Let's see, let's look at new printings. First up in new printings is the Justice League of America Facsimile Edition. This comes in a standard reprint and a foil variant for an extra $1. You can also get this blue tinted blank cover to get your sketch variants on. Then we get Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, #1, third printing. We just got this second printing in just this last week. That turned quick. The series is catching heat. I think we got #2 coming in this Wednesday. We get a fourth printing of Rook Exodus #1 from Jeff Johns and Jason Fabic. Gotcha Man #1 gets a second print from Cullen Bunn, Chris Batista, and Mad Cave. And then we get a bunch of new printings from Marvel Comics. We get Hellverine #2 second print. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #2 second print with this new Mark Bagley cover. The Thanos Annual, which is the first issue of the Infinity Watch crossover, gets a second print with this Chad Hardin cover. Ultimate Spider-Man #1 gets a 7th print. And we get a new facsimile edition printing of Uncanny X-Men #266, featuring the first appearance of the mutant called Gambit. That wraps up our spotlight on new printings. Let's take a look at second issues. There it is. First up in second issues is The Devil's Crucible. Grendel gets a new miniseries. It just debuted this week. Beautiful art. It was my pick of the week. And he is joined by his son, Brennan Wagner, on art. We get Lore #2. This is remastered material from T.P. Louise and Ashley Wood. And we get Gotcha Man #2 from Cullen Bunn and Chris Batista. And Doctor Who 15th Doctor #2. We haven't gotten #1 yet, so this may be special order only. If you're at all interested in this, please let me know. I'd be happy to order this. Get those orders in by Monday at noon. Spider-Man Reign Volume 2 gets a second issue. Very cool art and story from Carrie Andrews. Star Wars Inquisitors. That just debuted that's debuting this Wednesday. That's right. If you're interested in that one, get your orders in because, I don't know how this is going to sell. Written by Rodney Barnes with art by Ramon Rosales and another beautiful cover by Nick Bradshaw. Let's go over there and look at that cover. Yeah. All right, then we get Wolverine Deep Cut #2 from Chris Claremont and Edgar Salazar with a Philip Tan cover. That wraps up our spotlight on second issues. Now the big one, folks. Let's look at some first issues. First up is Firefly Versus. This is a brand new one-shot detailing a collection of pivotal moments of the much-beloved crew of the spaceship Serenity. Witness the alternate thrilling origins of their introductions and intertwinings. Featuring very cool covers from Miguel Marcado and Suspiria Vilche, written by Ryan Parrott with art by Lalit Kumar Sharma. This is Firefly Versus, $7.99 for 48 pages, available on July 31st. Then we get a volume 2 of Nightclub, the vampire superhero team from the imagination of Mark Miller and Juanan Ramirez, who supplies this cover. And we get a black and white cover on B, and then we get a Jay Lee cover on C. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, The Land of the Giants, from writer Paul Tobin with art by Luisa Russo, who did this A cover. I think that's all. Yeah, it's only got the one cover. That's cool. Way to go, Dark Horse. Next up, from DC Comics, we get their quarterly one-shot. This one called Super Pets Special Bite Identity Crisis. This issue you've all been waiting for. Written by Tony Fleeks with art by Alexis Quarsanara, Michael Conrad, Dan Waters, and Kyle Starks. Oh, got all kinds of creators on this one. A swell cover by Pete Woods. You get this fun Carl Kerschel cover. Tony Fleeks cover. All wrapping up this quarterly anthology entitled Super Pets Special Bite Dentity Crisis. Yeah. And over at IDW, we get a new spin-off of the TMNT, this character who made his dark debut in the free Comic Book Day special. Fans have one burning question. Who is the Night Watcher? Violence and discrimination against mutants is running wild. Huh. And a new vigilante will rise up to combat it. But who is the fearsome armored fighter standing bravely against the criminals who wish to harm mutants? This is from writer Junie Ba, who supplied this A cover, beautiful A cover, with interior art by Pharaoh P. And wait, no, this says it's a Eric Talbot cover. Yeah, wow. All right. We get this B cover by Pharaoh P. And this cover by John Lankry. Hey, look what's back. It's a new story arc from SAGA. This is issue number 67. SAGA returns for its epic 12th arc as 12-year-old Hazel embarks on the most important adventure of her young life. That's right, folks. SAGA is back for another best-selling story arc from Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, available on July 31st with a single, that's right, folks, a single beautiful cover featuring this weird looking frog dolphin thing. Very cool. Hazel's having adventures. SAGA number 67. Get your orders in. Oops. Where is it? Nope. There it is. SAGA 67. Then we got The Kosher Mafia. This is a new series from Mad Cave. Written by David Hazen with art by Sammy Cavella, who did this A cover in Cleveland, Ohio in 1936. Howard Berkowitz, the bookkeeper for the Jewish mob, finds himself in the wrong end of an enforcer's gun when he tries to spur the Kosher Mafia into action against the rising tide of domestic Nazism in the German Amerika Bund. This is Kosher Mafia number 1 from Mad Cave Studios, David Hazen and Sammy Cavella. Then from newer publisher Magma, we get The Pedestrian. The Pedestrian is written by Joey Esposito with art by Sean Von Gorman, who did this A cover. Behold, The Pedestrian. A strange visitor speedwalks into Summer City and silently changes the lives of its residents. But not all is quiet. In this sleepy small town, an ancient conflict linked to the secret history of street signs is brewing. Don't walk, run. From Joey Esposito, Sean Van Gorman, who did that A cover. And then we get this B cover by none other than Dean Haspiel on a cardstock variant from the new series Magma Comics, The Pedestrian. Ooh, we get a new miniseries of Blade Runner over at Titan Comics with a host of new covers. This series is the electrifying Blade Runner Tokyo 2015. 2 Calanthea survivors fight for their lives in a world where Blade Runners are the least of their problems. Following a failed mission off-world, the only 2 survivors of a combat squad, ex-Marine Meade and replicant combat model Styx, have returned to Tokyo to search for the traitor who left them for dead. Never trust your tailors, folks. This is Blade Runner Tokyo Nexus #1, written by Kiana Shore with art by Mariano Taibo, and this Christian Ward cover on A, available on July 31st from Titan Publishing. Get this B cover by Andy Bellinger. Very nice Mariana Taibo cover. Pile of torsos. Fernando Dañino, and this very cool Paul Pope cover. Look at that. It's Paul Pope. He's almost doing comics again. Or at least covers. That's all right. It's Blade Runner Tokyo Nexus, available on July 31st. Oh, then we get a new storyline over at Marvel. This spins out of From the Ashes, A New Beginning. This is a new storyline on the Adventures series by Jed MacKay with art by Valerio Schiti and this Joshua Cassera cover. Guess who joins the Avengers? This new story arc starts here with superstar artist Valerio Schiti takes the helm as series artist. Plus, this is part 6 of Deadpool Wolverine Weapon Extraction. Then we get this different cover. Yeah, that's right. This is the Avengers 17 with that Weapon Extraction cover. Here we go. This is what I wanted to get to. The Disco Dazzler variant. Look at this beautiful thing. It is by J. Scott Campbell. Focusing on the magnificence of the disco queen herself, Storm, backed up with Marvel dancers from various questionable fashion styles. This is part of the Disco Dazzler variant theme, Avengers 17. And we get a Luciano Vecchio homage variant. And a Pablo Villalobos Storm variant. Here we have an actual #1. This is Blood Hunters, the new miniseries spinning out of Blood Hunt, featuring Dagger, Elsa, Bloodstone, White Widow, and Hallows Eve. And somebody else in that funny-looking Miles Morales costume. This is written by Erica Schultz with art by Robert Gill and Emma Lupacino cover. Got this AKA Dagger cover. And Erica Durso Hallows Eve cover. All on Blood Hunters #1, available on August 7th from Marvel Comics. Here we go, folks. This is a new anthology miniseries featuring an all-star lineup of writers and artists assembled to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Spider-Man's iconic black costume. The rumors are true. Spider-Man's costume is 40 years old now. Featuring creators J.M. DeMatteis, who returns to the pages of Craven's Last Hunt to tell a never-before-seen story of Spidey's past. J. Michael Straczynski rips Peter Parker's heart out, and Dustin Nguyen's stunning take on the wall crawler will bring Spidey to uncharted heights against the backdrop of Dustin's groundbreaking visual styles. We got this Lionel Francis Yu cover. Got a blank black variant, a Greg Land variant, this very cool collage Mr. Garson variant, and a Scotty Young variant, a striking Scotty Young variant, all on this Spider-Man black suit and blood first issue from Marvel Comics. Then we got Wolverine Revenge. This is a new miniseries, both available in the red band polybagged version and the standard version. Red band version is $5.99. Standard is $4.99. They both have that beautiful Greg Capullo cover, who joins forces with Jonathan Hickman for a Wolverine epic like no other. available on August 21st. It's got this Art Germ cover that's very nice. David Nakayama cover. Mark Brooks. Oh, that's cool. A movie variant and a Pablo Villalobos variant. How many? Oh, I got a couple more. Sean Galloway Saturday Morning variant. And this Takashi Okazaki variant on this brand new miniseries from Jonathan Hickman, Greg Capullo, and Marvel Comics Wolverine Revenge. Also available in Red Band Polybag. And finally, folks, the launch we've all been waiting for. Uncanny X-Men from Gail Simone and David Marquez. Professor X is gone. A core group of essential X-Men rise from the ashes to face a world without a home and without Professor X. All bonds among the mutant community seems to be slipping away, and Rogue reluctantly finds herself as the hero designated to bring them back together. But a fearless, malignant power is out there hunting mutants, and it has a terrible secret that may destroy what remains of the X-Men. From Gail Simone and David Marquez, we got this David Marquez cover on X-Men #1. Oh, man. And we got a B cover from Andy Kubert. David Marquez cover. A John Tyler Christopher Virgin Negative Space variant. Logo variant, and a Luciano Vecchio variant. Let's see how many more we got. Oh, we got a couple more, of course. Mr. Garson Collage, a Pablo Villalobos Disco Dazzler variant. Let's take a look at this one. Wow. That's pretty amazing. All for the Disco Dazzler variant. And we got this cool Scott Koblish wraparound connecting variant. And finally, a Steven Segovia variant, all on Uncanny X-Men #1, available on August 7th. And we even got a trailer. There it is, folks. Uncanny X-Men from Gail Simone, David Marquez, available on August 7th for $5.99, 40 pages. Get your orders in for any of these very cool variant covers. Get those orders in by Monday at noon. Make sure and ensure your copy. All right, that's everything that I had for you for new releases on Final Order Cutoff. But before I let you go, there's a couple more things I want to show you. First, I'd like to thank you for... I wonder if I could do that. Yeah, first, I'd like to thank you for tuning into Final Order Report this week. It's running a little bit late because of the holiday. We'll get it back. Trying to get it out by Friday afternoons. We'll keep working on it. And join us back here on Facebook and YouTube Tuesday night at 6:30 for Brain Scan. That's our live New Comic Day preview from the floor of Green Brain Comics. Join me and the boss as we boogie our way around the store, showing off all the new releases hitting the shelves on Wednesday, July 10th. These are some of the spotlights. We got new series, the X-Men brand new series from Jed McKay and Michigander Ryan Stegman, along with these other so many books. And of course, our monthly Brain Candies coming up in just over a week, Monday, July 15th at 7 p.m. It's a free review of music, prose, poetry, and visual art. Let me show you a quick trailer for some of these guests. That's right, folks. It all happens at Green Brain Comics, courtesy of the Performers Emerging Writers Network and all of us at Green Brain Comics. Hope you can make it. It's absolutely free, starring Michael Snyder Barker, Bree Harris, Lori Tucker Sullivan, and Anna Van Schaap. And of course, just one final reminder, the final order cutoff deadline has been extended until Mondays at noon. That's the new deadline for final order cutoff going forward. I hope you all enjoyed our slightly late presentation of Final Order Report. Let's get to my sign off here. Remember the deadline, which I just went over. I'm beating that like a dead horse. Thanks for joining me for the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We are... all the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are below in the description. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.